again. I'm your host, Randy Stress. This is the Stress-Free Zone. You guys know this is the place where you get to meet celebrities, you get to meet athletes, singers, all on a personal level. And today, I have an R&B singer who's about to drop his debut single, Bad to the Bone. Everybody, welcome Jeiris Cook to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Randy.
Oh, man, it's a pleasure. I got a chance to check out a couple of your videos, your personal videos too. And it was nice because I was watching you play the guitar, and I was like, man, this brother can really play that guitar. And then all of a sudden that voice came out, and I was like, I wasn't expecting that voice to come behind that guitar. Like, okay. I was like, oh, okay, he coming with some new old soul. I was like,
yes, okay. Yeah, that's like, exactly it.
That was a good one. So I appreciate that. But I always kick off the show with a question that helps you kind of guide it to where you want to go a little bit, because it's about you. It's about personal you. The first question is, what do you want people to know about you?
So I'm a huge believer in music being therapeutic in a way that medicine really isn't. That you go to a counselor, a psychiatrist. I think music, there's so much power in it, and it gives people the ability of all walks of life to come together. Like when everybody hear that song that come on that they like, it don't matter where you from or what you did or where you've been. Everybody's guard drops and everybody just vibes. And, I want to be, I started playing because I think that's a cool catalyst, and I would love to be a part of that. And that's the movement that I'm trying to start.
Okay, that's a good kickoff. I'm liking everything I heard there. And
thank you, Randy.
That helps me bring up the fact that I saw the happy birthday video you did with a couple of your friends.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, doing a nice little happy birthday thing. Got the 3-part harmony going and everything. I was like, but I was listening to you direct them. I was like, okay, this is the man who loves music, because he wanted it to be perfect. He was like, happy birthday to you. Yeah, I was like, okay, this man really loves his music. He loves what he does, and it was sounding good. It was really good. Were those just friends or family?
Yeah, so actually, those guys, we actually used to sing together in high school. We sang for a bunch of years, but I did an open mic back in February, just like a little community thing, and and it was my mom's birthday, and of course, like when we all get together, she's like, oh, y'all gotta sing something. So she put us on the spot. And she's like, I want my happy birthday song. So, that's mom. I can't deny it.
Ain't deny mom. Not
right.
Ever.
And, and despite the fact that, I hadn't seen those guys. I don't get up with them often, but, it had probably been like 5 years since I seen, 2 of them.
Okay.
And we just kind of, we just kind of put it together and did it. So, yeah.
Okay. I got friends like that. I get that. You don't see each other for a while, but when you get back together, it's like no time passed.
Yeah,
in that zone. I love those kind of friends.
Yeah.
And I know we're trying to get to know you personally, and I have a lot of questions I typically ask, but checking out your page gave me some questions that I have to keep sticking with your page for right now. And the fact that you are a cookie snob, I loved when I saw that. I'm like, because I saw the video with the brownies.
Yeah.
Brownies because I don't like chocolate, but I was like, okay, this man is a cookie snob. I need to hear this. So where did that come from?
You know what? It's you know what it is? I just love chocolate chip cookies specifically. My kids, anytime like we go to the store or something like that, anytime they bring cookies home, they have to hide them. They literally, legit, they got to hide them in a spot because they know if I see the cookies, I'm coming for them. I'm eating them. And, and usually there's like 12 or 16 in a pack, and they're gone in like a week. And
I'm laughing at it. You got a little bit of a delay, but it's making me laugh because I'm really focusing in on those cookies. My pops was the same way, where you had to kind of hide the snacks. I love cookies. I make cookies myself. My
do you?
ate herself sick eating one of my oatmeal oatmeal toffee cookies.
Oh.
Well, I get raisins for her. And I thought that she would share them with her son and the people that she worked with. So I gave her like 40 cookies. She calls me up sick. I ain't want to share with anybody. And I'm like, did you really eat those cookies? And her son's like, she wouldn't give anybody a cookie. She gave me a cookie. Her son's 18. I'm like, you gave an 18-year-old a half a cookie. I didn't want to share, but she was sick. So
right.
I respect the cookie game.
Yeah. Listen, so you make cookies? Really? Like you?
Yeah. I cook. You know, I used to my father bake and cook all the time, and I got into it, and I love it. I mean, for me, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So I relax.
Yeah. Oh man, I might have to hit you up for some cookies, man. Honestly, I might have to hit you up after.
I have friends right now who are mad at me because they're like, "Mail me some cookies." Come out here and get them.
Right.
I'm gonna get my visit. So let's get back to you. Another thing I noticed on your page before I go into my questions, you hate shopping for pants. Explain it, brother. Look, I think I know your pain. I don't hear it though.
You know what it is. It's the whole experience. It's not like going to get a shirt, right? Like a shirt is just, you know, you either extra large or like if it's a shirt like you got on, like you pretty much know you 17, 18, 19, whatever it is.
Right.
Pants, it's just like, you know, there's different manufacturers and sometimes they all fit different and then you got to try them on and it's just the whole operation that just turns me off. So whenever I got to get pants, I'm just like, I don't feel like I don't feel like getting undressed to get dressed again. You know, I just don't.
I get that. I get that.
I hate it.
Okay, that's a legit one though. I mean, I get that. I've gone to places where one time I got this size and it was perfect. Then the next time it's too short or too long, and you're like, you know, depending on the brands. I get that. That's definitely a legit question. Now, I do know that you mentioned being a parent, and I saw you and your son with the brownies and everything. So the question I'm going to ask you is, what kind of games do you like playing with your kid? Kids.
Kids. I got three sons.
Okay, three boys. Nice.
Yeah, 3 boys. 5, 8, and 11.
Woo, who's the rowdiest one out of the group?
The 5-year-old.
It's always the youngest, right?
Yo, the 5-year-old. His name is Caden, and he was the one in that video. He runs it like he's the boss. And you know, and he knows, you know, because he's the youngest, like, you know, he knows he can kind of get away with stuff. Right. But I think the games that I like to play with them, well, first of all, we roughhouse all the time. And, you know, and it's one of those things where my wife is always like, y'all roughhousing again. I don't want to have to go to the emergency room again. You know, cause that's happened before. You
can't get away with it with boys. It's going to happen.
Right. I mean, right. Now, like, that's what boys are for.
One of my friends was pregnant and she was like, I'm gonna have a son. I'm like, look, here's something you need to be prepared for. Boys like to climb up and jump off stuff, period.
Yes.
And she's like, what do you mean? That doesn't make sense. I'm telling you, boys like to climb on stuff and jump for no reason. They might get hurt, but guess what they're gonna do? Climb back up.
Right.
And jump again. So you need to be ready for this mentally before you have this son. And the first time her son jumped, she called me, I can't believe he jumped. I thought you were playing. I was like, I told you, that's what boys do. That's universal. I don't care what color, what race. That's what boys do.
That's what they do.
Jump on stuff and they jump.
Yep. They jump, they run, they fall down. I mean, it's just, you know, and emergency room visits, hey, sometimes this just gonna happen. So it's happened a couple times with us.
I was gonna say I got scarred up enough, so I know about the emergency room. I know I'm trying to keep this personal, but at the same time, I want to go into what you do, and I want to know what inspired you to do Bad to the Bone.
Bad to the Bone was really inspired by. I have an affinity for villains. Like I'm just like. You know, like whenever you watch like the Marvel movies or, you know, any movie like that where you have like the classic good guy versus the bad guy, I always find myself secretly rooting for the bad guy because I don't know. Like I feel like, you know, I'm not always like, you know, one of these like, cozy, like, you know, I love happy endings, like because that's just not a reflection of life. Like sometimes, like, you know, every ending ain't happy. So I wanted to write a song that was fun, but also tempered it a little bit and reflected reality. And Bad to the Bone is really about somebody who feels like, you know, they feel like an outlier, they feel like an outcast, and they've been told that by lots and lots of people, and you know, and they start to believe it. And so that's what Bad to the Bone is. It's, you know, it's like, hey, well, you know, maybe these things that people are saying about me are in fact true. And you know, so you know, the I guess the antagonist in the song starts to embrace it and really thrives on it after a while.
Okay, I like that. That's deep. I get it though. Sometimes the bad guy is not actually the bad guy. What he's doing right now might be bad, but he's doing it because of a reason. He tried the nice way.
Right.
We've all been there. Like, I said it polite the first 3 times.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, right. Listen. That happens with my kids all the time. I'm like, listen, this is nice, daddy, right now. Okay. I come back, it's gonna be a different story.
There you go.
So I guess maybe that some of it in there too.
My favorite place to hang out is Dave and Buster's. Have you guys been to Dave and Buster's yet?
Oh, I love Dave and Buster's.
That is my spot. I've been to all Dave and Buster's except 3. I went to one in Canada. There's another one. There's one in LA downtown and the one downtown New York. But I travel a lot, and I used to just hit them. I would just hit Dave.
Really?
You guys get a chance to go through them with the kids?
You know, the last time I was at Dave and Buster's, I was actually my brother-in-law. He got married, and it was part of, like, you know, his bachelor kind of party. We did Dave and Buster's. We went to the one in Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, I mean, what's not good about, you know, there's a bar, there's arcade games, there's food.
I love it. Look, my friends learn quickly because they drink. I don't. I got tired of going to bars. I'm like, I'm tired of going to these bars. I'm in there bored paying $4 for an orange juice while you getting $1 beers. I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm paying $4 for a bottle of water. You getting $1 beer. I was like, no. And they learn that I love Dave and Buster's. All of a sudden, hey, we'll pay for your meal at Dave and Buster's if you go with us. I'm like, all right. They learn that. They use me.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So I'm gonna go back into my questions that I normally like to ask because you seem like a fun guy. So I'm gonna see if your fans have done anything crazy. So what's the weirdest question you've been asked by a fan?
Weirdest question I've been asked by a fan. Oh man, put me on the spot. Oh,
look, I just married, so the other questions I'm not gonna ask about. I'm leaving those out. I'm trying to have about to Cali to punch me in the eye.
You know, I do have one. So I live stream quite a bit on Periscope, which is basically like Twitter's version of Facebook Live, essentially. Oh. And so one of my viewers reached out to me because she was on a live stream and she had some trolls come in, and you know, like sometimes the trolls, every chat room is a dating chat room to them. So like, you know, so like they always in it to try to, you know, to try to, you know, disrupt the flow. You know, sometimes they might ask for stuff that's not, you know, that's not appropriate.
Oh yeah.
So this one particular guy comes in and he does, you know, he's like, oh, let me see your feet, let me your socks. It's just kind of weird questions. So after her live stream, she reached out to me and she's like, hey, Jeiris, you write songs, right? I said, yeah, I write songs. She was like, well, I just had this guy, like, you know, he was asking to see, like, you know, my feet and my socks. And, you know, I thought it was really, you know, it weirded me out, but can you write a song about this? And I said, yeah, I can write a song about it. Yeah. So I wrote this song called Show Me Your Socks. Which I released a couple years ago, and it's basically about that experience. Basically, a troll with a foot fetish, but it's derived from that experience that one of my fans when she was like, hey, listen, can you write a song about this super weird, crazy experience that I had with this troll?
I can respect that because I write songs too. I write screenplays and I write poetry and everything. And I write songs, and I can see taking that and
yes,
I can see taking that and turning that into something good. Look, yes. I want to know how it goes a little bit. How does that go a little bit?
Oh, yeah. Can I play a little? I got my guitar right here.
Oh yeah, go for it. Let's get
okay. Here we go. I'll just play a little snippet. I'll play a little snippet of it. Here we go. It's like. Got a special request, babe. One that you don't often get. Show me your socks. Well, maybe open your pops now, babe. Well, that get me blocked now, babe. I know you told me to stop, baby. Show me your socks.
Bruh, that's dope. I like that.
Yes. So
that is dope. I know she loved that. I know she had to laugh like crazy when she heard that. I know she did.
Yeah, she was really into it. And when I released the song, like she would play it on her live streams. Nice. Just to kind of poke fun at she would always get these people come in. So it was kind of a fun way to poke back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm learning as you're on these platforms, it just happens. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
You have to learn to take the power and just laugh it off. Because
right.
I'm one of those people, I can ignore anything. I'm like this.
Right.
Okay, cool. That's the Chicago in me. I'm from Chicago. I lived in New York, lived in Jersey, lived in Philly. I learned real quick to be like, yeah,
right.
That's all I got for you, Brian.
Right. Right. It's just like, yeah. Because if you give them the power, then they win. So
they're gonna keep coming. They're gonna keep coming every time. They're gonna keep coming.
Yep.
So I'm gonna ask you a weird question.
Do it.
Because you're a singer. I never asked the singer this before. Do you sing in the shower?
I do actually.
Oh, word?
Yeah. And in fact, I do a lot of writing in the shower as well. Like, some crazy ideas come. The downside about singing in the shower is that usually I keep my cell phone handy when an idea comes and I can quickly record. But in the shower, it's an iPhone. They're not waterproof. Yeah. So I find that I have to keep singing the same melody over and over in my head until the shower is done. And my wife is sometimes like, what are you doing? Because I'm coming out of the shower singing and it's not a fully developed song. It's just it's just like one or two lines, and sometimes it's not even words.
I was gonna say, if some of these people actually heard some of these hits before when it was first being made, they go, "What's that trash?" And you play the real song. They're like, "Oh yeah, that's
Yep.
So I'm gonna keep on the music thing. So, who's your go-to artist when you just need to zone out?
Oh man, go-to artist.
Look, you can say yourself if you want to. Ain't nobody.
I do listen to my own music, but I don't listen to it often. Only when I'm creating it. But I would say my go-to artist as of right now will probably be the Foreign Exchange, which is. They're a group out of North Carolina,
okay.
And they've done a couple. Do you know? I think it's Ninth Wonder. They've done a couple songs with Ninth Wonder, who's a rapper. But I like them. I like Prince. I like Outkast. Yeah, I mean, and I like some oldies like Otis Redding, Sam Cooke. I was just listening to before I got on. I was just listening to some Otis Redding, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. So, that's the song that I really love.
It's a good song. It's a good song. It's heartfelt. It's simple.
Yeah.
It's still powerful enough where you it sticks with you.
Yes.
Yes. Within your soul.
Yes. Yeah. And a lot of Boys to Men, too. I like.
What's that?
Boys to Men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured that if you had a group back in the day, then Boys to Men, that was the that was the group to try to get at. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know some of my friends gonna be mad at me because I ain't said another group, but man, they had that street grit along with it, and that harmony was so tight. It was just like, man, you felt it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything they did. I was in there.
Yeah, me too. Yo, me too. Yo, what? You know, with the dancing and the whole nine. What?
Yeah, they had it, man. I'm sorry, Boys to Men was killing it.
They had the whole.
I'm gonna sing like them one day. I'm like, I'm gonna write a song for them, but I didn't get the chance to. And I wrote a song too. I wrote a song in 3-part harmony, and they stopped doing stuff because the one guy got sick, and then so I was like, man, I actually. But you know how it is. Life does something for you. But the dopest part is now that song. I wrote the song in R&B, country. I wrote it in alternative, and I wrote it in Spanish. So I got the song in 4 versions, and I want to get all 4 recorded and released at the same time. That's my goal.
That's dope.
I don't sing though. That's my problem. I got to get something to sing right. But yeah, that's just something I did because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use this song.
Yeah, but that's dope. Nobody's ever done that before. That's dope.
It's written. They're all 4 are written. They're ready. I just got to get that right.
Just the right people. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I may have a girl to sing the Spanish because the 3 songs are men and 1 is a female.
Oh.
And yeah, I wanted to do something a little different on the Spanish one, so I got.
Yeah.
So
that's dope.
We're gonna see what happens. So
yeah. Keep me posted on that.
I'm gonna stick with you on that for real. I'm following you on IG, so I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna let you know what happens with that. What or who I should say helped you believe in your talent and your work to get yourself to the level where you are right now?
I would say my my mom was a huge influence on me because I actually stopped doing music I did it for a while, early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. That's when I sang with the group that you saw me doing the happy birthday with. And then for about 10 years, I didn't do music at all. And when I say at all, like I just wasn't into it. I was still writing songs and still singing, but but during that 10-year period, my mom, she would always, like every so often, like when we're on the phone, she'd be like, what are you doing with your talent? She's like, like that's a God-given talent. And, like it's meant to be shared. It's not meant for you to hold on to, for you to, because you're not doing anything with it. You're not, and she would tell, and she wouldn't do it every time, but she did it enough where it was like, you know what, and after a while I was like, okay, Ma, you right. I need to do something. And my, my old manager, she would tell me the same thing. So, so like, I would say my mom has been huge. She's been my biggest fan from the jump. And even when I didn't believe in myself, she would always tell me like, Jeiris, like, you can do it. You just gotta, if I was having trouble singing a part, she was like, you just gotta do it your way. You just gotta figure out how to do it your way, make it your own. And, and that's where a lot of my confidence comes from, just being able to, if it's a cover song, just being able to figure out like, being able how to make it my own, doing it in a way that's new, but also recognizable to the listener. And that also helps me with songwriting. That helps me with performing as well, because, that's where a huge foundation is for me.
Okay. I'm loving that, man. I mean, my pops was mine. Love you, Mom. My pops was mine. I'm doing. He pushed me. He believed in me. He's like, I was a small, quiet kid. So, he knew that I needed that push, or he'd give me that push, and I just would keep going. And listening to you say what you said just made me remember what someone else said. I'm going to sing the demo for one of those versions, because one of my friends like, Randy, you have a decent enough voice. I'm not like you. But they were like, so I'm going to sing the demo. I'm going to do the first one, and I'm going to make everybody else do the other ones.
Do the rest of them,
I'm going to take that as that was the universe saying, hey.
Yes. You need to do it. You need to do that.
So who would be the dream artist for you to work with?
Oh.
Yeah, I figured.
Dream. Oh man. Randy, man, you putting me on the spot right now.
Yeah, I have to, man, because I have a couple I would love to. A couple of them are gone, unfortunately, but I
Yeah.
still have one that I would love to work with. I'm gonna try to get at him.
All right. So I'll do one deceased, one alive. So the one that's deceased is Donnie Hathaway.
Ooh.
I would have loved to do a song with Donnie Hathaway because he did he had a few songs that he was known for, but I idolize him a lot because he took a lot of songs that were out then, popular songs, and he sang them his way, like he made them his own. And that reflects, in a lot of my performances as well. And then I would say for the person who's alive today, is a newer artist, Her.
Oh yeah.
You know what? It's and the reason I say that is because I saw her play. I didn't even know she could play electric guitar like that. And I've seen I admire people who can sit down with an instrument and still give the same sort of performance, the same delivery, with just the guitar. And I saw her play acoustic and electric, and I was just blown away. And I was like, man, I would love to do a song with her. It would be insane.
That's awesome. Look, I'm gonna have to look for that because I was sitting there racking my brain. I hope I didn't look down because I was sitting there going, I've never seen a video of her playing. I'm gonna have to search for that and see it because that sounds like something dope right there.
Yeah, and she's R&B, but when it comes to the genre of R&B, because I grew up listening to a lot of '90s stuff. Right. And, the electric guitar is present, like the Osley Brothers used the electric guitar in some of their songs, but it's not like the centerpiece like it is in some other genres like rock or whatever. Right. So it's kind of like a peripheral kind of thing. And but she manages to make it the central of her music, and it's dope. And she's amazing.
Okay. I like that, dude. I'm loving all of this. This is a good conversation. I do have a question because it's for your fans. Mm-hmm. What is a message that you would give to your fans, especially someone who's trying to get into the music industry?
Mm-hmm. I would say the biggest thing is work on your craft. Make sure that's down. Make sure that, if you're a singer, sing. If you play guitar, play guitar. If you rap, lean into it. Don't do it halfway. Lean into it. Make sure your delivery is tight. You don't have to hit every, and I tell up and coming singers, you don't have to hit every note. People will remember how you make them felt, not necessarily the notes that you hit, because you could sing a song, hit every note, and people don't feel it.
That's true.
But it's how you sing the song. So I would say work on your craft, make sure it's tight, and then also be persistent, because it's the hustle. The hustle is what gets you to where you want to go. You could have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have any hustle, if you don't got try, a lot of people tell you no in this industry. A lot of people say, I don't really have time, and you have to be prepared for that. And you have to have thick skin. So, I'd say have a lot of try, be persistent, and work on your craft.
Okay, I'm liking that message. That's a good message. And you're right about the no's. You hear so many no's. If you can't take a no and just, all right, what's next? Who's next? You won't be successful in entertainment at all, because there are people who sometimes they're so big-headed they don't take time to really listen, so they aren't paying attention. So you kind of, you gotta, and sometimes you come back to them because later on you might catch them at their right time.
Right.
Yeah. And they might be like, wait a minute.
Who are you again?
Right. You just never know, man. I mean, I tell people like me, I'm a writer, and I lived in Atlanta for a couple years. And what I did, I tell people all the time, you just got to believe in you. You got to do your thing. Yeah. When I first got to Atlanta, I went and took my chair my laptop, my notepad, my pen, and I sat in Tyler Perry's in front of his studio in my chair every day, and I worked on a script that the people are paying attention to now. I wrote it while I was sitting there trying to meet Tyler Perry. Now, it was dope.
That's
I did this for a week, and I never saw him. And then finally, one of the security guards came out. He's like, man, I respect what you're doing. He's like, but he's gone. He's not here. He's not going to be here for a couple more weeks because he's doing stuff. But I did it, though. I sat there and I wrote a script. And funny thing now, my friends read the script. They're like, this is a dope script. When you write this? Sitting in front of Tyler Perry's studio. Like, what do you mean? I had a lawn chair. I had a little box. I would put my foot up on the box, type, and I'd pull my notepad out and I would scribble stuff. And and it's one of those things I tell people, when you believe in you hard enough, other people will see it. You know, people will see it. And great stuff came out. In that week's time, I finished the script. And I wrote part of 4 other scripts.
That's crazy.
Yeah, just sitting there. I mean, the one script, I'm actually writing the soundtrack to it now, but I started writing songs sitting there in front of Tyler Perry's studio. My friends have seen videos of me on IG showing that I'm there. Of course, I couldn't show you me because it was the way the phone was. Yeah, I really sat there. I'm like, and I tell people, don't give up on yourself. Don't be too scared to take a chance, because most people succeed from taking a risk.
Yes.
You got to take that risk. If you don't take that risk, I'm pretty sure the first time you had to sing in front of people, you were scared. But you decided, man, let me just do it. You took that risk. You didn't know if they was going to be like, boo, or they was going to be like, whoa. It turned into a whoa. So
no. And again, like that, and going back to what you said, like you definitely got to take that risk, and you can't be afraid, because I mean, the alternative is nothing changes. Nothing changes. And
I tell people also, don't put a time limit on your dreams.
You
just have to adjust. You just have to adjust to the time and keep going. Because look at how many people didn't get their first break until 50, 47, 55, 60. And then all of a sudden they got awards. You got to leave. Now, if you're a rapper, you might be able to still do it at 40 and 50, but you can't rap about the stuff you rapped about when you was 20.
Yeah. Oh my God, Randy. Randy, man. Oh my goodness, you speaking my. Woof. Yes, because there's so many people who think they can. You got to change. You got to change. Because we go through life cycles. Like, again, you can't rap about the same stuff when you were 19, 20, when you're 30 and 40.
The stuff I wrote when I was 20 years old was garbage when I look at it now. And I'm like, ooh, what was I thinking about? So, you know what I mean? You grow, you evolve, you better yourself. And you got to be able to do that in this industry. No matter what you're trying to do, you have to be able to evolve.
Absolutely.
Bro, I'm getting to 2 minutes, so I'm going to give you a quick second. Is there anything else you'd like to say to your fans before I wrap this up?
My management team, Veronica, she's been a huge help as of late, and she's just been rocking with me. I want to thank you guys for having me. And I just want to give a shout out to all of my fans who have stuck by me, who they've seen me falter. They've seen all the rises and the falls, and they've stuck by me through the whole thing. So huge shout out to them, because I wouldn't be here if it weren't for them. And that's the real God's honest truth. And shout out to my family as well.
All right. I hate to cut you off, man. I got less than a minute, man. It was an absolute pleasure. Stick with me on IG. Everybody, remember my motto, stay stress-free. Let the stress just flow off. Live life, love, and laugh. I'm your boy, Randy Stress, and we are out of here.